What's up, guys? I'm really excited for today's miracle. And today's miracle is in Luke 22, and there's so much going on today. We're going to hop right in it. The background of this is that Jesus has been and is in the Garden of Gethsemane, and he's been praying. He's days before his life. His life's about to end. He knows that he's in the Garden of Gethsemane, and he's praying. And he's praying so intently, Father, if thou be willing, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but thine be done. There appeared an angel unto him, strengthening him. We have an angel coming to strengthen Jesus. We've been reading about Jesus' miracles. He has all power, all knowledge, and what he's suffering is so great that he has an angel that comes to strengthen him. Amazing. Then, and being in an agony, he prayed more earnestly. So he's praying so hard, and he's suffering, and he's in agony from the pain that he's feeling in the Garden of Gethsemane. He prayed more earnestly, and his sweat was as it were great drops of blood falling down to the ground. 22:44, Luke. That is just insane. Like all the knowledge and power and love that Jesus has, and to think of this person who has devoted his entire life to helping others, teaching others, performing miracles, teaching others how they can perform miracles, they can use his power in their life. He is suffering so great that his sweat is as great drops of blood. So this is the scene. This is where we're at. Garden of Gethsemane. It's night. He comes out, sees his apostles, and we're just going to skip ahead. Judas comes, and but Jesus said unto him, Judas, betrayest thou the Son of Man with a kiss? And when they which were about him saw what would follow, they said unto him, Lord, shall we smite with the sword? So the people are coming to arrest Jesus, and his disciples are like, should we smite him down? Should we fight? Should we go down fighting? Let's do this. Like, I got Jesus on my side. I'm going to win a sword fight. We're going to whoop these guys. And then I think it's funny how the different gospels mention different things. But verse 50, and one of them smote the servant of the high priest and cut off his right ear. So I chopped maybe left-handed. I don't know, but I think it's John that rats him out and says Peter cut off the ear, when the others don't say that, and I think it's funny. So the high priest, they smote off the servant of the high priest and cut off his right ear. Now the high priest was there, Judas was there, but there was also some soldiers. So there was some Roman guards there. I'm not sure who all was there. There was probably quite a group of people coming to arrest Jesus. I mean, this is a big thing. He's escaped their attempts before. They know that he has all power. He's been healing people. He's been raising people from the dead. And to have the nerve to go in there to arrest him is something else. Even for the Romans, who don't have that same belief, they've also had some very strong believers with an incredible amount of faith who are Roman soldiers, and I can't imagine what these guys must be thinking. Even if they're not believers, they've got to be pretty scared. They go in there to Jesus, and Peter gets out his sword or dagger or whatever it is, and he cuts off the ear of the guards, or not the guard, the high priest that was with him. And Jesus answered and said, suffer ye this far. And he touched his ear and healed him. And then Jesus said unto the chief priests and captains of the temple and the elders which were come to him, but ye come out as against a thief with swords and staves. When I was daily with you in the temple, ye stretched forth no hand against me, but this is your hour and the power of darkness. Oh, so he's not mincing words. Again, Jesus has been suffering greatly in the Garden of Gethsemane. He had an angel visit him to support him. Great drops of blood. suffered more than any man has suffered for us, and these people come to arrest him. Um, and not just people, like lots of people. The chief priest came, and the captains of the temple, and the elders, and everyone came, and they were against him. So I think there was a big group of people here. But the miracle is the healing of the ear. In the Gospels, we read Peter cut off the ear, like off. Jesus healed it, just like that. And I think that this is so amazing because Jesus is in the middle of so much suffering between the Garden of Gethsemane and dying on the cross. And for this time period, from the beginning of the garden till the end of the cross, is just such a horrible, excruciating time. Peter goes to protect him, and Jesus performs what seems like his last miracle. There definitely could have been other ones that we don't know about, but he performed a miracle during the suffering. Looks like his last one before he was on the cross. But the fact that he heals someone who is trying to arrest him, the church that he's coming, the church that he is a part of, the religious system, the belief system that he is a part of, the high priest from that is coming to arrest him and gets his ear cut off. Jesus heals that person. And I think that is so incredible. Could Jesus have saved his own life? Absolutely. Did they need to raise up swords? I don't think Jesus needed that. He chose peace, and Jesus knew what was coming. And the person that came to arrest him, the person that stepped forward first to arrest Jesus, to arrest the Son of God, who came to live and die for us, the one who had the most courage, I guess, to take Jesus. Jesus healed that person. He was in the middle of the greatest suffering of anyone ever, and he took a minute to heal the person that was coming to take him, to torture him and kill him. That is absolutely amazing, and is such a huge example of the love of Jesus Christ, the peace that he chose. Yeah, Jesus, they could have taken up swords, and obviously they would have won. They could have fought back, and they would have won. Jesus did not fight back. He knew what was coming. He knew what he had to do. And in the middle of all this, he chose to heal someone. I think that if it were me and I was in this situation and someone got their ear chopped off that was trying to arrest me, I wouldn't feel bad. I would be like, good, you get what you deserve. And no, Jesus, he heals this person. He heals that person's ear. And I can't imagine what this person thought when that happened. Obviously, he was probably one of the more skeptical people. Sure, he's a high priest, but he's one going in for Jesus, which is crazy. And then to be healed, I'm guessing he learned very, very quickly that Jesus was indeed the Christ, that he was who he said he was. I love it. I love the example of that. And I think in our own lives, we're always trying to relate this to our own lives. How can we relate that when we're being tormented, when people are against us? Are we looking to serve anybody, much less the people who are against us? Are we showing love for the people who are against us, even if they're trying to attack us, try to kill us, to show that person love? I mean, that is so just next level amazing. I love it. Healing the person coming to arrest him. I also love that Peter. Freaking love Peter. He's always, he's the go-getter. He's out there. He's the first one to jump in the ocean, in the sea, to see if he can walk on water too. And he was the first one to break out the sword and start swinging. And what Peter did, Jesus healed immediately, and I love that Jesus can restore our faults, our accidents, what we do. Because I think a lot of times, if you are a Christian, I'm sure there's times where you've had to defend your faith, and it's been frustrating. And sometimes in your zeal, maybe you have also defended Jesus in a way that maybe wasn't the most appropriate way to do it, or said something that wasn't the most appropriate way, or sometimes we want to be bold or want to be strong, and sometimes that I think that overzealous can over encompass love for a person, and Jesus heals that immediately. And I love that there's so much going on, and that Jesus heals this person with this touch. I think we have one more miracle after this, but the one that Jesus is doing in the middle of these crazy, horrible suffering, he takes a moment to heal the person who's going after him. Sorry, I need to bring some tissues. Yeah, I think that's a huge example for us to try and find love for those who are against us, those who are with us, and seek Jesus, because he is the answer to all things. And because of this suffering and what he did in the Garden of Gethsemane over these next few hours, and then on the cross, the real miracles happen. He's done some amazing miracles, but we've got some big ones coming we're going to cover soon. Healing this healing this person, Malchus, I think was his name. I don't know how you say it, Malchus, I don't know. Healing the person trying to kill you was such a huge sign of love for Jesus. I love it.